Alright friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look how incredible these action figures look. This is from the brand new Venom set of Marvel Legends. This is the brand new Venompool Build-a-Figure set from Hasbro's Marvel Legends. Looks absolutely incredible. You're not going to want to miss this. These have just dropped, and man, was I excited to find them. So you're not going to want to miss this. Look how wonderful they look. And once we're done, then we're going to do the one more that we have. This is Venom's Marvel's Toxin to do. That's complimentary piece to this set. So you're not going to want to go anywhere. But guys, before we get started, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next to it so you can get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Give us a big thumbs up if you love Venom. And do you already have any of these? Have you seen them? Do you have any of these in your set? Well, talk to us in the comments below. So guys, what do you say we go ahead and get started right now?
What is up, Vincent Gigi?
Vincent Gigi, Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Gigi.
Vincent Gigi from Super Channel G.
Super Channel G.
Vincent Gigi on Super Channel G.
So tight. Don't stop doing what you're doing.
Congratulations on all your success.
Congratulations on everything.
I will see you on the TV.
Super Channel G.
God, is this great?
Alright friends, welcome back to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G, and look what we have for you here today. The brand new, it's the brand new wave of Venom and Symbiote action figures. These are of course Marvel Legends by Hasbro, and let's see who exactly is in this set. So we have Venom, Morbius, Carnage, Phage, Miles Morales, and Ghost Spider. And man, do they all look absolutely incredible. And you know, there's a couple more outside of this, because there's definitely a Venomized Captain America, but he's not directly in this set. He's more of an exclusive. And then also Marvel's Toxin. Doesn't that look absolutely great? So if we take a closer look, you'll notice that this Venom right here, the movie Venom, is being shipped with this set, but is not officially part of this Build-a-Figure wave. And this Build-a-Figure wave creates Venompool, and look how absolutely astonishing that looks. It looks incredible, and it's actually kind of interesting to see a set that only requires 5 to build, because usually it's, you know, an arm in one, and then a leg and a leg. But this one actually has both legs in this one. So I'm pretty excited to get this one going, and what we're gonna do is basically focus on the core set, and we're gonna add Venom anyway, the movie Venom. Notice his box doesn't even match, but he matches the movie but not this set. And then, you know what, you let us know if you want us to add Marvel's Toxin. If not, we'll do him separate, and then maybe, you know what, then make a compilation of both videos. So you let us know in the comments. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? And don't you want to go in order? Let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm getting a little too excited. Whoa. That should tell you how excited I am. I'm dropping everything. All right, friends, so I'm super excited to actually get started with this movie Venom. Looks absolutely great. I've been dying to get this figure, actually this whole set, but man, look at that sick tongue. And there's 2 heads, so I'm so excited about that. Swappable hands, again, excited about that. And it just looks absolutely incredible. This box matches the movie perfectly, does not match this set at all. And this is the lead-off figure, and looks so great. And look at this action shot of the action figure back here. It looks incredible. So the artwork looks great. And in case you need the UPC, so you're looking for this action figure, you know what, let me zoom in and then take a shot right here. Boom. All right, that way you can use it to find them. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started, and let's see what the back says for this movie Venom. It says, failed reporter Eddie Brock is hijacked by an alien entity that takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. Absolutely. Man, look at that sick tongue. All right, let's get him open. Let's take him out and let's see how absolutely incredible this action figure is. And to be honest, it looks taller than the Venoms we've had in the past, which is great. And maybe not necessarily the Monster Venom, but this one looks great. Look at that. I love that little like smoke fog in the background. Set this aside, and I love how he's definitely got like tall legs instead of little stumpy ones that the Monster Venom had. But look at this. Let's get everything out of here. Let's take a look at this swappable head. Wow, I love how his mouth comes all the way out to here. We have a little bit of paint bleed right here. Definitely gonna take that off later if I can just scrape that off. But either way, see, it's kind of coming off. Should be fairly easy. But in any event, look how great this looks. Look how the teeth look. They look absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna put this head back in here, and let's take out our Venom out from the back. And he definitely looks tall compared to other Marvel Legends we've had in the past for somebody who's supposed to be normal height. But look at this head. Man, I'm digging this head sculpt. Look at that. And I kind of wanted to get two of them so that I could perhaps take the tongue out and make it either shorter or not have it just having an open mouth without the tongue sticking all the way out. But look how great that looks. I wonder how much we can pose this head with it kind of being restricted right here. Let's see. Probably about that much, because look, I was having to push the jaw, and I definitely don't want to do that. We can push it down. I don't want the jaw to break. Definitely tilts and turns as much as we want. It just doesn't go very far up and very far down because of this part that restricts it right here. Let's see. Man, this is a tight shoulder and it clicks. Look at that. It's definitely got that chunky feel that feels like it's gonna hold up well. Look at that. Okay, so definitely comes out at a 90-degree angle and probably a little bit further past. Look at that. Okay, moves up here, the high part of the bicep. We do have double joints at the elbows and great joints at the elbows. So look how far the arms come in, and look at that joint. This looks absolutely incredible. So practically a mirror image here. I'm digging these hands. Look at that. And the wrists go in and out and around really well. Look at that. And I love how he's got that like white symbiote vein going like coursing through his body. Look at that. So this looks like it's gonna pose really well. It would have been nice to have had a butterfly joint right here to be able to bring the arm even further forward, but that's all right. And then look, interesting that we have an ab crunch, and we have this part right here that moves and turns at the rib cage, which is, we typically only see one or the other. We definitely don't see both, but I did notice that we don't turn at the waist, which is definitely where you normally turn. So that's interesting. But you know, I don't know if it would have been too much to ask for to still turn at the waist to get a little more lifelike action. But man, look at that. These legs pose really well, especially because he's super muscular. That looks absolutely incredible. So it's got really great posability right there at the hips. Legs come up pretty high. Look at that. Wow. And then we can definitely ab crunch well. So that looks great. Let's see. It moves really well at the high part of the thigh. We have chunky knees right here. So this feels like a quality bend right here. Doesn't feel like it's, you know, loose or anything. That feels great. This feels awesome. And then look at this. We don't have that joint right here, which I hate because it's unnecessary and doesn't allow you to pose your action figure very accurately. But man, that looks awesome. So this looks very unique to the movie. So that looks absolutely outstanding. This is going to be a great action figure to add to our Spider-Man line. Look at that. And definitely for our symbiote collection. So, and he's super tall, and that's like my absolute favorite part about it. Look at that. I'm gonna see if I can find another Venom so I can show you just how tall he is. Look at that. And then of course we have 2 fists here. I'm not gonna take everything out, but I'll just give you a glance because I don't think I need 2 fists going. I want to have these open claw-like hands. So that looks incredible. Let me get closer, and then I'm gonna show you. Let me see if I can go find a Venom right now. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so it looks like I got a special treat for you guys. So I brought a few Venoms, and I brought a few Spider-Men. Looks like I had them ready, and they should be in their boxes, and they weren't. They were still in the big bin of toys. So, all right, I'm gonna zoom on out, and let's take a look. So let's move these over here. And I definitely want you to see how incredible this looks. All right, so here is Eddie Brock right here, and these 2 Venoms I'm about to show you right now are roughly the same action figure. Okay, roughly. And notice this Venom is standing all the way up, and he's barely as tall as this one that's this movie one. So let's see. I'm gonna have him like this, and let's see if I can get a similar pose and show you how this is like definitely a big deal. Arms are longer, legs are longer, and if we had him doing that pose, it would definitely not be the same. Look how much shorter he would be. And then the fact that we got like boots or whatever here just doesn't give the same effect. You can have him like leaning over. He's just significantly smaller. Look at that. I'm gonna bring you. There we go. Look at that. What do you think about that? Okay. And since this other Venom is roughly the exact same figure, and I have him here with fists, though I'm not gonna bother putting him in there at all. You'll see how tall he is. And then of course we have our Monster Venom right here. He's got that purple tint, and this was the Build-a-Figure Monster Venom. So this is a lot different from this one, but of course this is Monster Venom. And let me see how cool that might look. Let's put him right here. There we go. And maybe we'll have him not just having his leg out like that. There we go. Okay. Very cool. Oh, we can't have him stay up. There we go. That looks cool. What do you think about that? It's pretty awesome to me. So, in any event, I'm really digging this Venom. This is probably the best Venom I ever had. Now, I like that one more, even more than this Monster Venom. It just looks so great. So, what do you guys think? And then, yeah, I'm gonna move this one because look how big it is. I know this is not hey, there we go. Sorry, I lost focus there. I know it's not as huge monster as this one, but he's definitely bigger than that one. And just so we can have an accurate representation, I'm knocking everything down, I'm gonna have him stand up straight for a second. That way you can see exactly how tall he is. Look at this. Okay, cool. And we'll have them back to back. Oops, he's tiptoeing. It's a huge difference. Huge. Look at that. Not even close. And look at that. Makes him look puny. Alright, so set these aside. You get the idea. Let's get our cool pose back. And let's have him looking like this again. And so can show you how big he looks compared to, like, what if it was Iron Spider, right? Well, here's Iron Spider, and look how small he looks compared to our Venom. So let's have him standing all the way up, and you can see how he's, like, size-wise, not even close in comparison. So this is our Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider, and that's him standing all the way up. So not even close. And then if we have him like in an action pose, again, he's gonna look even smaller. If I can get him to stay with this pose. Look at that! And then if Venom's like grabbing his head or whatever. It looks pretty wicked. Look at that. I think that looks pretty sick. Okay, so I did bring the other Spider-Man, so you can see, just in case, but you get the idea. It's all pretty much the same. And there we go. 2 movie Spider-Man. And we'll go ahead and put our Venom right on over here. And we'll set him up right over here. What do you think about that? Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and there we go. Get ready for our next action figure. Okay, and next we have Morbius, the living vampire. And I'm excited because, you know, the new Jared Leto movie that's supposed to be coming out at some point, because, you know, obviously movies have been pushed back for obvious reasons. But I'm excited about that. This is not the movie Morbius, but this is the comic book one, and it looks really cool. I'm looking at the cape back here. And then this one is gonna have the right arm and a swappable hand for our Venompool action figure that we're gonna build in this Build-a-Figure. Look how great this looks. Is it the same art on both sides? Let's see, left hand lower, left hand lower. Yep, it's the exact same picture. And then look at that. I love the way they've done the theme on this Venompool set. So check it out here. Looks like a cool action shot. And then I was like, okay, the head's down because the hair looks flying, like it's flying more. And I'm assuming it's just because the head's up a little bit. But that looks cool. And as I mentioned before, it comes with the right arm of Venompool. So let's see what it says back here for Morbius. It says, Michael Morbius, the living vampire, prowls the night, tortured by his life-sustaining thirst. Cool. It looks like it's got some great detail here. He's got almost like an Edward Scissorhands type outfit. And let's get this bad boy open. What do you say? Dunk. Okay, so let's take him out. Let's see how he looks. And already looks absolutely great. Why does this feel soft back here? What's going on here? It's like tape or something. Interesting. Okay, let's see why this needs tape. I don't know. Don't know why that would need tape at all. Okay, but look at this really cool Venompool arm. Look at that. Like staples or something right here. That's cool. I'm gonna set aside that extra hand. That looks cool also. Okay, so let's get our Morbius out. Push him out and carefully push. Oh, popped right on out. Well, luckily it's as simple as doing this. I was like, I definitely don't want to tear that. Let's put this away and we'll take a look at our Morbius up close. Okay, set that aside and let's bring it in closer. Okay, let's take a look at this head sculpt. And that looks pretty cool actually. Look at that. Let's get a little bit of shadow here so we can see what the sculpt actually looks like. Look at the hair. That looks cool. I'm digging the way that's like blowing here. The hair is pretty hard, even though it's slightly bendable. Look, it's leaving imprints on my finger because it is like a harder plastic, but it still can bend a little bit. His head moves. Let's see how far down we can get it to move. Okay, so there we go. Moves that far up and that far down, which is actually a lot more than I anticipated. Tilts a little bit, turns really well. Look at that. And I'm digging this leather outfit, actually, believe it or not. Let's see, does he turn at the waist? He sure does. Has a decent ab crunch. Digging this little pocket and this little snap right here. His arm moves smoothly all the way around. Then it goes beyond a 90-degree angle as far as the shoulder going back. There we go. Ugh! I want to support it because I don't want to crack it off here, so I'm pushing right here on the shoulder because it wasn't. Oh, see? If I push too hard, it's going to crack off right here. So I need to push in on the shoulder. You definitely do not want to crack the arm off of a Marvel Legend, which it's not as hard as you think, believe it or not, when it's stuck like that. Okay, so let's see, we got double joints here at the elbow. Again, wonderful. So we can get better posing. And turn right here at the wrist, it goes back and forth. These fingers are actually pretty soft. Look at that. It'd be cool if this hair was like that, but either way. Let's see, this one's a lot looser, at least at the bicep and at the elbow. And then again, almost a mirror image of that hand. Of that arm and hand. And then we have this really cool off purple cape right here that just goes like that, and it's all tattered and torn. Looks kind of cool. And then let's see, the belts right here, they look kind of cool. I'm digging this action figure overall. And let's see, you know, he's got skin tight leather pants, and his legs come, you know, well forward. And we got some pretty decent knees. Because it hits right here, it doesn't allow it to come further than that. I'm trying to push it, but it doesn't. It's hitting there. And look, doesn't go. Take that off real quick. Because it hits right there, it's got a little lip, which is interesting because it should come in further. It's a little unfortunate that it only comes in that much. Interesting. So, you know what? Even if it didn't hit there, it hits right here. Let me zoom in so you can see where, look, it hits right there to the joint on both sides. So it's actually not cut to go further than that. So that's interesting. It does have a joint right here, but I don't want to loosen it anymore. If it's stuck there, I'd rather that stay like that. And then we have some pretty good ankles. It's clicking, so it doesn't smoothly just go. But after a couple times, it should loosen up a little bit. I don't want those super loose anyway. Okay, so this action figure is actually pretty cool. Look at this. Man, those are some triceps. Look at that. Bulging triceps. And again, jacket looks cool. There's some more belt straps right here. That's cool. Yep. Cool outfit. And so, I know we can definitely have him like, no, just kidding. Let's see, let's go back to what this looks like. Do we want this pose? It's like, it's trying to scare you. Maybe. Or, let's see. Let me see, give me a second. Okay, so I got something simple, not too understated, but definitely something just, there we go. We have his hair blowing like that. So I'm like, we can have his cape kind of blowing like that too. Look at that. We can have him like ready to attack. Look at that. Very cool. So I guess with the way that is, it looks best if it's like that, but still, from the front, it looks just fine if it's like that. Very cool. Look at that. All right, so we'll go ahead and set him up over here next to our Venom. And you know what, let me straighten his foot out. There we go. Very cool. All right, let's move on. Okay, and next we have Carnage. And this package looks incredible. And this definitely looks like a familiar Carnage, but it looks like he's a little more raised veins and stuff going on here with his like tendrils and symbiote stuff going on. I'm digging that he's got 2 heads here, and then it comes with the Venompool head. So that looks absolutely outstanding. Look at that. That looks pretty sick. So same artwork twice. Look at that. Looks absolutely great, and that looks cool too. So again, the Build-a-Figure piece. This is Venom. It's number 2 in the set of 5, and comes with a head. So man, that would have been so cool if there were 2 Venompool heads, but alas, it wasn't to be. So let's see what it says here about Carnage. It says, "Twisted criminal Cletus Cassidy sows chaos in the streets as the bloodthirsty villain Carnage." And I'm digging those razor claws. So again, look how great this set looks. And I'm still surprised. I get it, Venom was a 6th one, but I mean, they could have given us more, and I definitely would have jumped at it. The opportunity to buy more in this set. So Wave 2, please make it. And I know this is technically like a Wave 2 from 2 years ago when they had the Venom set. That one was incredible. And well, here we are again. Okay, let's take a look at this Cletus right here. Pretty incredible. Look at that. Oh, cool. I like the way they did the feet this time. And definitely didn't do this little like foot like this. Okay, cool. Let's get before I forget, let's get our Venompool head out. Let's push that from back. Look at that. The purple tongue. It looks pretty cool. Look at that. And look at the staples. That's a great head. Okay. Let's take a look at both heads here. First, let's look at this one. And you know what? I'm digging it. The orange tongue still looks cool. The teeth kind of still come in a little bit like a I'm a grandpa kind of teeth, but still look cool. And I love how the black kind of is raised and there's a vein going on right there. Push that back in there. Let's bring out this card. Wow, this is interesting. I don't want them to get stuck anywhere, so let me push them out everywhere. Okay. Let's see, what can I do here so I don't tear this? Oof. Oh. Be careful here. Even though it's soft plastic, you definitely don't want it to tear off. Look at that. Okay. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put this on. Man, look at those back muscles, like huge. Okay, so we'll put this right here. And it looks like that makes it even bigger, just bulging out. And let's see this crazy looking skull face right here. I love how it's black and fades to red right here. Very strong, pronounced jaw. That looks cool. This is a crazy looking Carnage. Okay, look at that. And this definitely feels like a familiar body mold, but it's got this raised, almost like vein going right here. I like how it's got this coming out of the legs. Look at that. Be careful because that will tear off because that is soft plastic. Look at that. And we have it right here on the arms. Looks great. So just be careful because if any of that gets caught in like a joint, because I've had that experience like with Groot and with Monster Venom, it will pinch it to cut it off and you don't want it to tear. So looks like I have a soft joint kind of gumming down this way, unfortunately on both sides. So that is a negative, but positive, we do have an extra joint here, the butterfly joint. That's great. We can bring the arms in further in. Okay, let's see. We have double joints at the elbows, so that's absolutely incredible. Moves the high part of the bicep. Let's see how much we can move the shoulders. We can move pretty far back actually. So that's great. Look at that. Wow. And I'm digging these razor fingers right here. And interesting. I wonder if this is supposed to be open more. Because I would love it to be, instead of how it's closed right there, but let's see. The head moves really far back and really far forward and tilts and pivots, so that's great. We got a really strong ab crunch, look at that. Moves at the waist. And the legs come pretty far up. So these action figures so far have great posing. Okay, can almost do the splits. Turns to the high part of the thigh. Yeah. Alright, double joints that work really well. Anytime you have a, Spider-Man, Venom, symbiote, you want them to have absolutely great mobility and to pose well. And man, this is super smooth. Look at this ankle. And points and flexes really well. Okay, very cool. So, how do we want to pose him? Like standing tall, or really like scary leaning over? Let me see. Let's see what I can come up with. Nothing super crazy, just something kind of like him being like out of his mind crazy. That's pretty good already. Let me take a look. Okay, again, going with something simple. There we go. And there we go. Let's come down here. And you know what? Let's see if I can find a different Carnage. And I think I put away the Carnage from the Monster Venom set. But I think I have an old Toy Biz Carnage. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get him. Well. Guess I'm slightly more organized than I thought. Look what I found. Wow. And, well, first, I'll show you this Toy Biz Carnage we got going on here. So we can just kind of compare. Look how much this figure has evolved over time. And of course you could move these 3 fingers together, this one independently and the thumb independently. And so that was like kind of crazy and creepy. And then so it's definitely a comparable size. This was a Spider-Man figure from the Spider-Man series, as opposed to the direct Marvel Legends, I believe. So that looks awesome. And then let me tell you, this one right here is so great. And again, look at this packaging. You can almost not even tell the difference, except this says Venompool and this says Monster Venom. Look at the art from the side, just to compare the two. Doesn't that look great? Look at that. I will say this. This Venom, I'm sorry, I'm calling him Venom now. I wonder how many times I've done that and haven't caught it. This Carnage, I'm sorry guys, Carnage is probably my favorite of the 3. This one is cool with that cool new head. But man, look at that. Doesn't that just look incredible? And the fact that it has that Cletus Cassidy looks great. So you know what? I am going to take him out for you so you can see just how cool he is. And man, was that an incredible set. Okay, so let's take him out. And this one, in case you want to look for this one eventually, is similar, but the red is obviously different and it's not raised. But man, does this blade look incredible. Does that hand look incredible. These tendrils coming off. pop that off. And we'll take him out here. Look at that. And of course these hands look ridiculous. So this is my favorite Carnage, before I call him Venom again. But you know what, we can definitely swap these hands out and they would look great. We can swap this part out and it would look great. And look at this. Yes, we can. And those feet look way better. So I don't know, we could probably swap some pieces around and then find the perfect mix of the Carnage that we would want. What do you think? Yes. So there we are. Look at that. Let's see if I can get them posed real quick. And it's going to be a little bit harder to balance him than I thought because of the blade, and it's a little heavier than I remembered, but still. There we go. Look at that. Get him in focus. Still, this brand new one, because of the feet and the way the raised veins look, the head, the new tendrils, like, still favorite, but I would like a mix of the two. So, you know what? Before we move on to the next figure, why don't I trade the hands and see how that might look, right? Let's move this Carnage aside. Make sure I'm still saying Carnage right. And let's swap these out. Look at this. Let's try this. Oh. Do a little bit of a kit bash right here. There we go. There we are. What do you think about that? Now that starts becoming one of the best Carnages out there. Jeez, that looks unreal. And if it just had a little bit of black on the hands, that would look great. Look at that. I took a couple pictures, that's why I was on there like that. But, man, again. Okay. So, I'm gonna put him back the way he was, because look at this. This would still look really cool if we had these hands. Look at that. Would still look great. But let's go ahead and swap them back. And there we are. And let's just be excited that we have both. There we are. Oop. Okay. I was like, put the wrong hand on the wrong. No, it's not. It's this too. Okay, great. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's bring this hand up here. And, you know, his hips are a little looser than I would have hoped. So there we go. And let's have him straight cold chilling like that. Put him right over here. And wow, he's shorter than a Morbius. Okay, so let's set these aside. And let's move on. What do you say? All right, and next we have Phage. And this looks so incredible. Look at this. Again, this Build-a-Figure for Venompool. That I'm getting more and more excited as we get the pieces off to the side. And look how cool this looks. Definitely reminds me of Scream as far as the color, but you know, slightly a bit darker. This one's a little bit more gold than that one, but look how cool that looks. Mirror image art right there. Look at that razor arm right there. So that looks cool. And it comes with both of the legs of our Venompool. Look how insane that looks. Love that pose. I'm digging that whole lot right there. And so let's see what it says about Phage. It says, the Phage symbiote gives its host the ability to forge incredibly dangerous bladed weapons to attack its victims. Absolutely. Alright, let's get Phage out of there. Like where is the tape? I guess we'll come this way. That was so much easier. Okay. Here we are. Slide this on out. Look at that. Beautiful package. Okay. And let's take a look. And then here's the legs, of course, for our Venompool. Look how cool that looks. Definitely gonna have shorter legs, but huge and muscular, like our Monster Venom. So I assume this goes like that, but it even says right and left right there. Look at that. Looks like they just got a key and went. Okay, set that aside. And wow, yeah, we're definitely gonna want this. Look how sick that looks. Interesting. So I guess this goes on the wrist. It comes out like that. I thought it was gonna be like that, where it's like, but it's not. It's like this because that would go on the wrist. Okay, let's get Phage out. Okay, let's get closer. I'm really digging this head sculpt. Look at this. Except for there's some discoloration right here. Other than that, I'm digging the teeth. I'm digging the way this looks right here on the side. I'm digging the way the tongue looks. I'm digging this right here, which looks like, is it glued on? No, it's not. It just pops in there. It looks hollow in there. Look at that. Pops right here. Here's a familiar body sculpt. Let's see how much we can move the head. We can move it pretty well. Look at that. Tilts. I love the way the eyes look. Look at that. I love how they connect like that. Let's see. The arms move pretty well. Here at the shoulders. Look at that. Turn at the high part of the bicep. Coming well. We got double joints here at the elbows, although they don't quite come in too much more than a 90-degree angle. Look at that. You have a little bit of raised part right here. Definitely looks razorish. It's soft plastic, so make sure that you don't tear that off. The wrists go back and forth. And then again, here we are, double joints. Now these joints don't feel so solid, it actually feels a little loose. So be careful with that. There we are. And turn well at the waist. We have a really big ab crunch, look at that. Okay. And then the legs do come really far up, look at that. I'm happy about that. Again, these knee joints don't appear to be super incredible, but they do bend, double bend really well. Great posability, look at this. Hadn't even noticed this yet. So the sculpt is pretty good. Let's see. I like the ankles. Ankles work out well. And I wish he had feet like the Carnage one. Look at that. Instead of these boots looking feet, but anyway, we'll live with it. And then, wow. Okay, look at this. It's obviously from Sculpt from 2016 for these feet, and I would say this is from a Venom foot, perhaps. So, let's see if I had to guess. And then, let's try out that blade. Let's see. Okay, let's see. How about this hand? Oh, when I said Venom foot, not Not that Venom. I'm talking about the older ones that we had on the other video. So let's see if we can just pop this on in here, and let's see, these are soft plastic, but you don't want to tear it by getting it pinched. So wow, that looks cool. Look at that. So I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that yet. Looks a little funky, like it's ink, where I would have much rather this been something we put right there and been a long blade like that. That would have looked cool. Look at that. Or maybe even further in like that. So, but anyway, I didn't design it. Comes like this. And we can definitely see how we can get this phage going. There we are. Very cool. Maybe we'll even have him stand up, you know, a strong pose. There we go. The legs are a bit, have a little bit of play in them. It keeps turning here, and then they're not staying where I need them. And then they kind of bow in. You see this? Instead of being straight like this, they kind of bow in, so that's not helping. Where the legs would be more like that, they kind of go like that. So I have to push them out first of all. But anyway, that looks really cool. So you know what? I won't complain after that. Let me put this hand away, which is actually a pretty wicked looking hand. So you can see like the knuckles and stuff. But this looks really cool. So I'm digging that. If I can get in focus there. There we go. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Took a couple pictures. And I'm digging that. So, anyway, let's put this up so I don't lose it. The hand. And then we will move on to our next action figure. So, you know what? Let me see something. Hold on. Right before we move on. I just figured that maybe you might enjoy seeing Lasher and Scream. Look how incredible that looks. Again, another reason why you don't want to keep them just loose. Because look, over time, now I can heat that up and then hold it. And then it'll stay. But nonetheless, why you don't want to necessarily keep them loose. Because these are a little more fragile than they look. But anyway, you see where it's got like a brighter gold yellow, and this is like a darker gold. But very cool, right? Look at that. And this one, you start to pop out. There's very specific ones here. They can't really pose them. But we have reviewed both of these on our channel. You can go check those out. And you know what? We'll probably add them to this set, you know, really soon. So let me put those aside and let's keep going. What do you say? Put this one right here. Look at that. Let's bring up this Carnage. And there we go. Look how cool that looks. Alright, awesome. Let's move on. Okay, and so now let's do Miles Morales. And he looks pretty cool. The only thing I regret is that he has no accessories. Come on. With all the accessories we've been having going on with this set, could have at least had another head sculpt. Something. Give me something. And this is from the Spider-Man Maximum Venom series. Looks so cool. And this is a series where we have popular Marvel characters. Wow, you can see my Venom shirt in the reflection. And so anyway, popular Marvel characters that of course had the Venom were hosts the Venom symbiote. And look how cool that looks. And we have a mirror image right here. Looks great. Venompool Build-A-Figure pieces of the left arm and then swappable left hand. So more of a fist, and look how cool that looks. Again, here's all the cool action figures in the set. Doesn't show the standalone Venom that comes from the Venom movie, but anyway, this one is number 4, and it comes with the left arm. Look at that. We'll open it up, take a look, and let's see what it says about Miles. So over here, it says, Miles Morales. When the Venom symbiote attaches to Miles Morales, he gains extreme new powers. And wow, super cool. All right, already got the super strength. Already got the electricity web. And then disappearing and so on. So, all right, here we go. Let's get this bad boy open. Imagine with Venom healing power and so on. So let's get this open. And there we are. Pop this out. Let's take a look at this massive arm here. Look at this. There's staples here again. This massive Venompool. There we are. To the side. Swap the hand too. Look at that. Very cool. Let's get Miles out. Miles looks super cool. Let me put this packaging away. And let's zoom in. Take a look at our Miles. Wow, cool feet. I like that they have those monster type feet right there. Very, very cool. Look how he's veining out on his head. So I'm digging those razor teeth. That, oh man, I dropped him. What in the world? Okay. All right, let's see how far back. The head goes pretty far back. That's kind of awkward though. Head goes pretty far forward. Let's see if we can move it up and back. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Very cool. Instead of it just settling back, because look, that looks weird. That looks cool. That looks weird, but still. There we are. Look at that. And pivot a little bit. Turns. And move the chin in and out. That looks great. And then let's see. He does not have the extra butterfly joint here, but I like this joint. It moves pretty smooth and holds well. Look at that. Okay. Look at his spider symbol. Let's see his ab crunch goes really far back and forward. Turns right here at the waist. Look at this really cool spider symbol. Look how it veins out right there. Let's see, we have double joints on the elbow. So the arm's coming pretty well. More than a 45-degree angle. So that's great. Look at that. I love the hands that are like almost like claws. There we go. And let's see the legs. Coming pretty well, look at that. Now if they were straight, they're further down. But because it has an open lip right there, kind of brings them in further there. So you can be definitely jumping well. Let's see. These are pretty good double joints right here on the knees. Yep, that looks great. And then I'm going to ignore this one right here because I'm not a fan of that one. But let's see the ankles. Uh-oh. The feet are real soft to move, but the ankles aren't moving. They're turning. But I need it to, there we go, to point and flex. Ugh. Oh man, I got it to point well, but I'm not getting it to flex back. And I definitely don't want to break it. Look at that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna bring it back. There we go. That's how I was able to, wow, that didn't work at all. That just pushed it more. Interesting. Sorry, my bad. There we go. There we go. Sorry guys. Just had to loosen it up a bit. Same thing here. See if I can. There we go. Just trying to loosen it up a bit. There we go. I definitely don't want to break it, so you gotta apply pressure in and you push it down. So you know what? Like we did with the other figures. Well, the only part I regret is that he has no accessories. Not even the electric web. But give me a second. Look what I have for you. Boom! And so this is one of several Miles that I have. but this one's pretty cool. Looks like perhaps even the same body, more or less, but of course not venomized. And this one's supposed to be from the movie, so it's got the spray painted symbol. Look at that logo. Very cool, huh? So let's see what we can do. I'm really digging the way these feet look. They look definitely Venom style. And there, something simple. And then we can have this Miles ready to fire off. Look at that. There we go. Kind of creeping around like that. Look at that. So, kind of so that you can compare these two Miles Morales. Very cool, right? Okay. So I'm super excited about that. And because he doesn't have any additional accessories, there's really not a whole lot more to do with him than that. I guess let's take a picture or two. Look at that. Can get focus. There we go. Very cool. Very nice. Look at that. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. You know what? And I'm sorry, guys. You know what? I was supposed to show you the man, look how small it looks over here. The UPC symbols. You know what? I'll get that for you guys. Right here, and then we'll move on. I haven't done the other ones. Sorry, I'm slacking. Okay, so for Miles, where did I put him? It's right here. Oops. Sorry about that. There we are. This is Miles. Let's zoom in. Cool. And I forgot about Phage. Got that one going right here. There we are for a moment. Cool. Make sure this is the right Carnage. Here we are. This is the correct Carnage. There you go. And then of course, Morbius. And I kind of slacked about that, sorry. There we are. Okay, cool. Alright, and I guess just again to end off with Miles Morales. Very cool. So let's move on. What do you say? That looks so great, doesn't it? Okay, so we have Ghost Spider, and this is the last from the Build-a-Figure set with these 5. Of course, we did Venom from the movie Venom, and then we still have to build our Venompool, and then it's up to you if you want us to do Marvel's Toxin, which is basically from the same little series, kind of a one-off. There we are. And let's take a look at this one. So we'll go ahead and move forward. Look how great that looks. And this one's gonna come with Ghost Spider. It comes with the whole chest, torso, midsection area. So that looks outstanding. And again, this is another Spider-Man Maximum Venom series action figure, and I just love those. Again, your favorite Marvel heroes that are being host to the Venom symbiote. In this case, this one's gonna be Gwenpool, Ghost Spider, you know, Spider Woman. She goes by a bunch of different names, and then of course we have our Venompool right here. So that's kind of the same thing. Look at the art here on the side. That looks great. There we are. Looks like she has a lot more white here than our action figure does here, but that's all right. All right, let's get her out. Well, I'm sorry. Let's read the back, then get her out. Let's see what it says. And look at that really cool action pose we got going on right here. So this one says Ghost Spider. When the Venom symbiote attaches to Gwen Stacy, she gains extreme new powers as Ghost Spider. Loving it. Take this out. Bust her on out of here. And I wish she had this color scheme, because from the outside it doesn't look like she's gonna have that color scheme. See, because this is her white and pink, and then that like blue-green color with a little bit of purple on the inside. Doesn't look like that at all. Looks like she's just full-blown purple everywhere. We'll see. Let's find out. Let's take her out. And first of all, here's this for our Venompool. Oh, cool. Look at that. The swords and sheath. That looks really awesome. Set that aside. Look at this Venompool upper body. Well, I guess it's mid and upper. Looks cool. And look at this Deadpool symbol where the eyes are in here in the middle instead of pushed out where they should be. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. And then, oh man, look at this. Like a big tongue just hanging out. Their hoodie. Put this all together. Set this aside. And then let's take a look at our Spider-Gwen Venomized. Set that aside. Cool. Let's get closer right here. And again, she doesn't have any accessories either, like our Miles Morales, which is unfortunate, but okay, cool. Man, this is a really cool looking hood that's clearly attached to the head. This is a sick looking tongue that's kind of coming out here. Look at that. It has teeth on it. Look at that. So that looks really cool. It's a little crazy, actually. I wish we could pose it like if it had a wire in there, but it does not. Alas, it does not. But that hood looks cool. All right, let's see this little jacket. Little vest jacket deal going on. Man, that looks really awesome. Whoever designed that, look at that. Little broken spider looking picture. So this would come off in case you wanted it to. You can slide it off here, but nah, it looks cool. I like how it has little spikes right here. And then I like these soft little blades right here, kind of coming out. Look at that, and veining right here on her forearms. And she's got this spider venom action going right here. And then she turns right here at the rib cage. And then so she doesn't turn on the waist, she turns there. The legs actually don't come so far up on this one. They don't even come to a 90-degree angle. They're kind of leaning back a little bit. Let's see about the shoulders. Shoulders, they do come up well. Look at that, well beyond a 90-degree angle. They turn well, they click well. And then the elbows only come in at a 90-degree angle though. Well, slightly more, so that's cool because they have a single joint. The wrists go back and forth and around, they go well. This is more of a traditional female body figure. There's a couple that are very similar. Here we are. This is the shorter one versus the taller one. Let me see. For example, we have Marvel Scream, which is more of the taller version. See? And the taller one has belly button going on. Alright, so let's see. Got double joints at the knees, so that's great. We can have a great amount of posability there. Interesting how it's got those like ballet shoes with that color too, and they're kind of like almost look like they're melting off. That looks cool. And it's like a claw too, like a talon, or like a Jurassic Park toe. And then overall looks pretty cool. Pretty cool sculpt. And then let's see, how do we want to pose this? Look at the back of the box. Looks like this. So maybe. Let's see. That looks cool. You know, not too unlike some of the other ones we've already done like this, but let's bring the bottom joint part of the knee out. not just the top part. And this tongue is kind of not really helping with the pose. There we go. I guess it could, but it's not. There we are. Let's bring the head up a little bit more. There we are. How's that? See if I can get her to stay. There we are. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Oh! I pushed her on accident. I'm just trying to take a quick picture. You know what? Let's go ahead and have the tail around the leg. I'm sorry, the tongue around the leg anyway. There we go. Let's see if I can get it. There we are. That looks cool. I'm taking some action shots here. Digging that. Okay. What do you think? Looks awesome. And what do you say we move on to our Build-A-Figure? I'm ready. I think you're ready too. First of all, let's take a look at how great these look, and then we'll move on. How sick these look. Unbelievable. Look at that. All right, let's move on. What do you say? And you know what? I may have gotten a little bit ahead of myself because I definitely have been having a lot of fun comparing these action figures. And so here is Spider Gwen, is Ghost Spider. Here we are, Spider Woman. And this one does not have the hood permanently affixed, which we could, but just so you can compare, I'm gonna bring this out, and these were the colors I was talking about. Look at that. And then there's the shoes. There we are. So I'm gonna bring this out so you can see. Super cool, right? Look at that. There we are. Let's get it in focus. So that looks cool. So I'm definitely digging that. Pretty neat, huh? Very cool. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. And you know what? I think I may have done it again, and not given you the barcode. So, here we are. This is the one for our Ghost Spider. Venomized Spider Gwen. Okay, now let's officially move on. What do you say? All right, and from this set, we have the last action figure, but it's not gonna be the total last action figure we're gonna review from overall this set, because that would be, again, Marvel's Toxin, which we'll do after the Build-A-Figure. But let's wrap up our Build-A-Figure set, and then we will do that. What do you say? This one says R for right leg. This one doesn't say anything, but it's clearly that arm. This is the right arm. Bring this here. Look at that. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring right here where it says L. So that's for the left leg. Have that right here. Let's have the head. And we have other hands. We can swap out, right? So that's cool. And that is our complete Venom. Look at that. Sorry, Venompool. It looks pretty sick. Look at that. Okay, so let's get to building. And let me get a little closer here. Let's get our shot nice and tight. There we are. And let's start by doing the, let's see, nothing crazy here, right? So let's pop in this shoulder. Man, look how massive this arm is. Okay, so let's pop in this shoulder. Look how huge this action figure is already. Just as a comparison, here's Iron Spider. So let's pop on this left leg. Oh, cool. Good. I'm glad it's going to be nice and tight there, because I don't want it to be loose. Okay. And let me see if I have to push this down. Just didn't know if that was attached that way. Okay. There we go. It kind of clicked when it went in, so that's perfect. Again, the small legs, big arms, look at that. Okay. Let's see, does this just go literally over this right here and clip on, or what's the deal? I think so. I think we literally just go like that. So we will try that. And let's see if it goes on. Which it appears to be. Okay, cool. There we are. Looks like it went on. And let's go ahead and get this head. Look at that. Let's get in focus here, though. There we go. And there's a little hood. Perfect. So let's just pop that on right there. And this looks amazing. And you know what? I don't know if we're gonna need these hands, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at them real quick in case we decide to bring out the guns or the swords. But yeah, I like the texture. I like how they're kind of veining out right there. So it kind of looks like a symbiote with claws. So I'll put that aside. Look how cool this looks right here. Look at that. Let's get in focus and then take some pictures. There we are. Okay, so this head sculpt is really cool, and it moves back really far, believe it or not. Look at that. Really far forward, really far down. It tilts slightly, turns pretty well. The tongue, it's purple tongue, soft. You definitely don't want to crack off the bottom part of the jaw. This belt right here is it's just placed on there. It's not like, see, it moves, in other words. That's something you definitely need to know. The shoulder clicks as it turns, but it feels nice and tight as it turns. Look at that. And because it hits right here, you do have some restrictions about how far out it can go. If you put it out like that, it definitely moves pretty well. We have a single joint right here at the elbow, and it moves really smooth. So it brings you into about a 90-degree angle. Look at that. And the shoulder does turn, but so does it right here at the high part of the bicep. Look at that. So that's cool. The wrists turn really smooth, and they go back and forth. Look at these claws. And then his like wrist shackles, they turn independently. So look at that. So we can definitely have him looking like big, like a Hulk. So that's cool. Let's see. I like this emblem right here. The legs move, you know, a lot further forward than I thought, even though they're not necessarily a 90-degree angle. It's got a pretty solid ab crunch. Look at that. Turns at the waist. Let's see, it turns on the high part of the thigh. Man, this is a really good articulation right here at the knee. Big chunky knee, and it clicks as it moves. You definitely don't want these loose. Look at that. The legs move really well, especially for being, you know, oops, make sure you don't get your finger caught in that, because that will pinch it pretty bad. Okay, see, I'm not, okay, there we go. It's like the ankles aren't moving a whole lot, but they're clicking, so they're tight, which is good with this big heavy figure. I can't get this one to move. This big heavy figure. There we go. You definitely don't want loose ankles. It's not gonna be able to stand up well. There we are. So, it's definitely top heavy. And then, if he's leaning too far back, he's gonna fall. So let's see what we can do about fixing his feet. Have him leaning a little bit forward. Let me see, let me get him posed. Okay, great. So, just kind of have him leaning forward-ish. And just moved his feet from here, like in a little bit. And then, I'm sure you want to see what it looks like if we replace his hand. Oh, wow. So this would come off. Let's put this back on like this. And you see where that just needs to insert right there. Okay, perfect. And interestingly enough, this joint moves differently. If you notice, it moves up and down here instead of in and out. So if we take one of these swords out and place it right here, let's cram it in there. Look at that. And so that looks pretty sick. Look at that. So we got this Venom claw going, and then the sword. So look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? So I'm totally digging it. Look at that. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Does this look absolutely incredible? Let me get some pictures here. And there's definitely not going to be any UPC for this one. Because you can't buy this one just by itself. Look at that. That looks pretty sick. Awesome. So guys, what do you think? Let me show you this whole set. Looks absolutely incredible. And let's get some poses from this, and then you let me know in the comments below if you want us to move on to Marvel's Toxin. Okay, let's get them all posed up together. What do you say? Okay. All right, friends, what do you think about this? Look how absolutely incredible these action figures look. Look how we have them all like in this big battle sequence, about to rumble. Looks so great. Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, they look great. So, man, I'm so excited to add these to our collection. And so, what do you say we move on? Man, look how great that looks. What do you say we move on to do Marvel's Toxin? Right? Awesome. Let's set that aside and let's get all set up so that we can move on over to Marvel's Toxin. What do you say?